Hi, I'm Kevin,
And I'm Amanda.
and we are serving up
All that jam.
All That Jam, Quick Hit. Dan Africano on Death by Dub and John Brown's Body.
You said that you like to have improvisation in most of your projects, except for maybe Thievery Corporation, because the songs are what they are. How do you do that with this dub project that you were talking about? And you want to tell us the name of it and go into a little bit about it?
Sure. Death by Dub is a six-piece instrumental dub reggae project. Um, the songs are all everything we've got recorded is all produced by myself. You know, me and Scott will write tunes. We'll write individually, bring them to each other, and then um, get in the studio and hash out the arrangement, record the songs, and then I'll take them and do like my dub production after the fact. Um, when we play live, um, I mean, there's not a ton of improvisation, except for, like people taking solos over songs. Um, and then similar to Photon, like if we want to just kind of change the arrangement or like change the progression or like just kind of throw in something that everyone can pick up on, they're going to pick up on it. And we'll just kind of take it along that path for a while until we return back to the form of the song. But that's also something where I've got this whole rig of foot pedals, where I'm controlling effects on the drums while I'm playing bass. And so another element of the improvisation is basically I'm being a dub engineer, a la King Tubby, Scientist, Lee Perry. So I'm doing that with my feet for the drums as I'm playing the bass.
That's cool. That's really cool.
It's
So,
incredibly fun.
when you went into the studio for this, is it different than going into the studio with other projects because of the nature of the instrumental dub part?
Yeah, it is, but with all the dub effects, like cutting instruments in and out and adding sort of different textures and layers on top, I'm thinking about that all after the fact. And so, I'm not going to ask the keys player and the guitar player to cut out in this bar. We just play through the song form, and it is a song form, and then I'll take it after the fact and just cut it to pieces.
Right. So you almost have like Black Uhuru did, one album and then they'd have the dub album came out,
Exactly.
completely
Yeah.
separate. So you could
Right.
release an album that wasn't the dub album then, huh?
I could theoretically, if I could dig deep into my hard drive record crate.
Would that almost be considered something like John Brown's Body? Because when I think about it, I feel like there's a certain progression, and I could be totally wrong. So feel free to say, nope, that's not how it happened at all. For you and for Scott, is Death by Dub more like an offshoot, just naturally from the years that you spent with John Brown's Body? Or is that something that came together even more organically, maybe, than what I'm thinking?
So when I moved to Denver, I had been living in New York and then Ithaca, and then I came back to Colorado in 2017. And what I had been doing in Ithaca was doing like we had a weekly gig called the Crucial Reggae Social Club, and we would just show up at the local venue and play like 2.5 hours of roots reggae covers, and it was some of the most fun I ever had. It was every Wednesday, and it was just such a great crew of people that would get together and like we had like this 80 song list and just play whatever every week. So when I came to Denver, I missed that. And so what I did was I created the Denver Reggae Social Club and just called, old friends from the reggae scene like that I met touring. And we started doing that once a month at Cervantes. So after a few months of doing that, maybe like 6 months of doing that, I had met a good, cast of characters in Denver that loved reggae music. And I decided with Scott to just start doing original music, um, but without vocals. I find that to be the toughest part for me as far as writing. Um, and I have a a deep love for instrumental reggae. So we just kind of took it from that cover band that was super fun, and started writing original instrumental music. And then I just started, kind of tearing it apart in the studio after it was recorded. And I think it was actually Color Red Studios, which is owned by Eddie Roberts. That was a catalyst to get into the studio. At that time it was brand new, and he called me up. He's like, if you have a project you want to bring in here, like just kind of, roll tape and see what happens. And we had written a few songs already. And so we went in and recorded. I think one of them we actually like, it was like a sound check song. We're like, why don't we just do this progression? And then, that's one of my favorite songs that came out of it. But the Color Red Studio is definitely one of the things that made it happen.
I think the vibe there definitely allows for what you just said, which is being able to go in and to some degree see what happens and be in the moment. I know that for Eddie, that's something he enjoys. And reading a little bit about the history of Death by Dub and Color Red, it feels like a really good fit. And also maybe to just help rotate through, because the community of artists connected with Color Red are always meeting back and forth. I don't know if that's something that you feel the same way about, but it seems more like a musical family to me, in a sense that people are connected through the label more than just going in and recording something. And as a fan, we're especially spoiled out here just because we get to enjoy all of that really great work any night of the week. There's just so much going on, as you know, so we're definitely grateful for that too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these are all our contemporaries. They're all friends and people that we work with. It could be a crew of people that recorded a record that a couple of them met up with another couple from another band and did like a bar gig together of just whatever you want to play. And then someone else is going on tour with this person and pick someone from a session they had like 6 months prior. It is a pretty awesome, inclusive, welcoming music community. And I think Color had a lot to do with kind of creating somewhat of a home base for a good segment of Denver's music community.
If you are enjoying All That Jam, please like and subscribe to our social media channels at All That Jam Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our website, allthatjampod.com. Make sure to sign up for our email list and tune in every week for new episodes.
Also, look for full interviews on our YouTube channel. And remember, stay beautiful, but don't stay underground too long.